Start, sir.
Okay. Hi students, good morning. Welcome to webinar classes. This is the another session of genetics class. I am Srikanth from Sangam Lakshmibai TS or JC Vikarabad, lecturer in Botany. Okay students, so in previous class we learnt about some basics of genetics and introduction of genetics, and as well as the monohybrid cross and the law of dominance, and also we see some of the problems in monohybrid cross. Okay, so today in this session we are going to discuss about some other topics in genetics. Okay, so first I given one question in previous class. Okay, the question is this is the question. Okay, students, now I'm going to give the answer, so check your answer. Okay, so question is, in a cross between a yellow and a green seeded pea plants, all F1 members are yellow, but F2 generation raised by crossing two such F1 consists of approximately 75% yellow and 25% green seeded pea plants. This is the sentence. So from this sentence, he given two questions. What will be the offsprings be like if two F2 greens mated? This is the first question. What is the first question? What will be the offsprings be like if two F2 greens mated? And B question means second question. What will be the genotypic ratio in the population of yellow seeded pea plants in F2 generation? This is the second question. Okay, students, see what is the first question. First, we have to cross the yellow green seeded pea plants. First, we have to cross the yellow green seeded pea plants. So what happened? See, if we cross the yellow seeded green seed pea plants by using the symbols capital Y, small y. Yellow indicated with the capital Y, green indicated with the small y. The gametes from the yellow, capital Y, from green, small y. Capital Y crossing with the small y, capital Y, small y will be produced or generated in F1 generation. This is the yellow. So what he said, all F1 members are yellow. He said about all F1 members are yellow. Yes. What is F1? This is yellow. Satisfied. What is the another sentence? But F2 generation raised by crossing two such F1 consists of approximately 75% yellow and 25% green seeded pea plants. So if F1 plant self-pollinated, so according to him, 75% yellow and 25% green produced in F2 generation. Okay, see how it is. So F1 plant self-pollinated. If F1 plant self-pollinated in F2 generation, automatically 75% yellow, 25% green will be produced. How it is possible? See, if we observe the Punnett square, yellow. Out of 100%, 3 parts are belongs to the yellow. That is why 75%, 25, 75% yellow. What about remaining one? That is green. How much percent is green? 25%. So see the sentence. But F2 generation raised by crossing two such F1 consists of approximately 75% yellow, 25% green seeded pea plants. Yes. What happened here? F2 generation, 75% yellow and 25% green will be produced. Satisfied. Based on this sentence, he given two questions. What will be the offsprings be like if two F2 greens mated. Especially he mentioned two F2 greens. Concentrate on this point. Especially mentioned two F2 generation greens mated. So F2 generation means this is the F2 generation. So in F2 generation, how many greens are there? Only one green is there. Only one green is there. What happens if two greens will be mated? See. What is the green? Small y, small y. Small y, small y. Okay. And another green, same, small y, small y. Okay. So what happens? See. First, small y, and small y. Crossing. This is a F2 crossing. Simple technique. Small y, small y. Small y, small y. Here, first one. What is the first one? Small y, small y. Then, which type of plant it is? This is the green. What is the second one? Small y, small y. Which type of plant it is? Yes, it is also green. What is the third plant? Yes, it is also small y, small y. So, green. What is the fourth one? Small y, small y. Yes, it is also green. What happened if two F2 greens mated? What happened if two F2 greens mated? Yes, all offsprings will be green. That is the answer. What is the answer? All offsprings will be green. When two F2 greens mated, all offsprings will be green in next generation. That is the first question answer. Second question. What will be the genotypic ratio in the population of yellow-seeded pea plant? Yellow-seeded pea plants in F2 generation. Yes, students. So observe the question carefully. He asked only about yellow-seeded pea plants genotype in F2 generation. What he asked in the question? He asked about yellow-seeded pea plants genotype in which generation? F2 generation. See. So in F2 generation, students, in F2 generation, see, this is a F2 generation plant. How many yellow-seeded pea plants here? Yes, 3 yellow-seeded pea plants. If you observe carefully, genotypes are different between these two yellow. This is a capital Y, capital Y. This is a capital Y, capital Y. So, homozygous yellow. These two are capital Y, small y. That is why two dissimilar genes. So, this is also yellow, but this is a heterozygous yellow. How many homozygous yellow is there? Only one. How many heterozygous yellow are there? 2. So what he asked? So what will be the genotypic ratio in the population of yellow-seeded pea plant in F2 generation? He asked about only yellow-seeded pea plant. So the answer is, what is the answer? Capital Y is to capital Y, small y. So what is that? Homozygous yellow is to capital Y is to capital Y, small y. Then what is the answer? How many capital Y are there? Only one is to. How many capital Y, small y are there? Yes, heterozygous yellow, 2. Yes, this is the answer. 1:2 is the answer. So that is the second answer. What will be the genotypic ratio in the population of yellow-seeded pea plants in F2 generation? That is 1:2. This is the answer. Okay. So, okay, students, check your answer. Now, next, our topic is test cross and back cross. Test cross and back cross. Test cross. So, if you observe the term test cross, to test something, the something is to know genotype of F1 generation. To know genotype of F1 generation. Crossing of F1 plant with recessive parent. Simple thing. Don't confuse Nana ikkada. So what is test cross? To know genotype of F1 generation, crossing F1 plant with recessive parent is known as test cross. Simple. So what is our aim in the test cross? To know the genotype of F1 generation. This is our aim. To know the genotype of F1 generation. Okay. So what we will do? So to know the genotype of F1 generation, crossing of F1 plant with recessive parent. Crossing of F1 plant with recessive parent. That is our cross. That is known as test cross. So let us take one example. Yes, example. The tall plant is crossing with dwarf plant. The pure tall plant is crossing with pure dwarf plant. So in F1 generation, all tall plants will be produced. We know the phenotype of F1 generation. What is the phenotype? Phenotype is tall. What is the phenotype? Phenotype is tall. So if tall plant is crossing with dwarf pea plant, in F1 generation, all tall plants will be produced. We know the phenotype of F1 plant, but we don't know the internal genetic makeup of F1 plant. That internal genetic makeup of F1 is known as genotype of F1 generation. Genotype of F1 generation. So students, yes, to know that genotype of F1 generation, we have to cross this F1 plant with recessive parent. What is recessive parent, sir? Simple. Recessive parent means simple thing. The thing is, see, what is recessive parent means? So if tall plant crossing with the dwarf plant, in F1 generation, one character is expressed. One parental character is not expressed. The parental character which is expressed in F1 generation, that parent is called as dominant. The parental character which does not express in F1 generation, that is known as recessive. Here, the dominant parent is tall. The recessive parent is dwarf, because the dwarf character not expressed in F1 generation. The tall character expressed in the F1 generation. That is why this is a dominant parent. This is a recessive parent. Now here we don't know the unknown genotype plant it is. So we know the phenotype of plant, phenotype of this plant. The phenotype is tall. To know the genotype of this F1 plant, we have to cross this F1 plant with recessive parent. Recessive parent. This F1 plant crossing with recessive parent. What is the recessive parent? Dwarf. Dwarf means small t, small t. Here tall. There are two possibilities are there in the tall. Yes. Sometimes the tall may capital T, capital T. Sometimes the tall may capital T, small t. The tall may homozygous or heterozygous, whatever it may be. There are two possibilities in this phenotype. So that's it. Now, so which type of tall? We don't know. Is it homozygous tall or heterozygous tall? We don't know that. We don't know this tall is homozygous, heterozygous. We don't know that genotype of this tall. To know that F1 plant genotype, we have to cross the tall plant with, yes, there are two possibilities are there in F1 plant. This is the F1 plant. This is the F1 plant. F1 plant. This is the F1 plant. There are two possibilities are there. It may capital T, or it may capital T, small t. Okay. So, yes. Yes. See. Yes. Now, first, what happens if this tall is homozygous? If crossed with recessive parent, capital small t. What happens if this tall is heterozygous, crossed with recessive parent? Yes. In first situation, if this tall is homozygous, crossing with recessive parent, these are the offsprings generated in the F2 generation in next generation. See students, here in one row, in horizontal rows, small t, these gametes. In longitudinal rows, capital T, capital T, capital T, capital T. Okay, students, see, let us find out the phenotype and genotype of these tall, this cross. See, in this situation, first of all, find out the genotype, phenotype. This is a tall. This is also tall. This is also tall. This is also tall. The phenotype is 4:0. That is equal to tall is to dwarf. Tall is to dwarf. 4:0. Because all tall plants will be produced. There is no any dwarf. That is why 4:0 in F1 in next generation, generation. So what about genotype? So this is a first one is heterozygous tall. Second one is same heterozygous tall. Third one is heterozygous tall. Fourth one is heterozygous tall. It is also 4:0. It is also 4:0. That is why homozygous, phenotype ratio and genotype ratio both are same in nature. In first situation, phenotype is 4:0. Tall is to dwarf is equal to 4:0. The genotype is same 4:0. That is in first situation. So what happened in second situation? If this tall is heterozygous tall, if it is crossing with recessive parent, what happens? See. Okay, students. So in one row, small t, in one row, capital T, small t. So let us fill that capital T, small t, capital T, small t, small t, small t, small t, small t. First one, tall. Second one, tall. Third one, dwarf. Fourth one, dwarf. Tall is to dwarf is equal to how much, Nana? How many tall are there? 2. How many dwarf? How many dwarf are there? 2. 2:2. That is nothing but 1:2. So nothing but 1:1. 1:1. 1:1. Nothing but 1:1. 2:2 is nothing but 1:1. So what is the phenotype ratio in if F1 tall is heterozygous? That is 1:1 is the phenotype ratio if this F1 tall is heterozygous. So, and genotype ratio. This is the heterozygous tall. Heterozygous tall. Okay. So, and this is the heterozygous tall. This one is heterozygous tall. This one is homozygous dwarf. This one is homozygous dwarf. So, that is equal to heterozygous tall is to homozygous dwarf. That is equal to 2:2. How many heterozygous tall are there now? 1, 2. 2 heterozygous tall. That is equal to 2:2. Homozygous dwarf 2. That is equal to 2. That is equal last 1:1. Here also 1:1 in next gen in F1 in phenotype and genotype. So yes, phenotype tall is to dwarf is equal to 1:1. Genotype homozygous heterozygous tall is to homozygous dwarf is equal to 1:1. Here also phenotype ratio and genotype ratio both are similar or both are same in nature. Okay, Nana. So yes, now we find out that if F1 plant is homozygous tall. If F1 plant is homozygous tall, if we cross it with the recessive parent, in next generation, 4:0 is the phenotype ratio, genotype ratio is the 4:0. Okay. If phenotype ratio is the 4:0 in next generation, the F1 plant is tall. If phenotype ratio is the 1:1 in next generation, that is the F1 generation plant is the genotype is the heterozygous tall. We can find out easily. Simple thing, Nana. So how it is, see. So now, what he asked here, see. Here, simple. Yes. If this tall is crossing with dwarf, if this tall is crossed with dwarf, in next generation, the ratio, if ratio will 4:0, this tall is homozygous tall, capital T, capital T. Or if ratio is 1:1, 1:1, this tall is heterozygous tall. We can identify easily about genotype of F1 plant by using the test class. What is test class? To know genotype of F1 generation crossing F1 plant with recessive parent. So by this we can identify the easily this F1 plant genotype ratio easily identified. So like this. This is about phenotype and genotype of in test class in two situations. Okay. Now, next topic. Deviations of law of dominance or exceptions of law of dominance, which means in some situations, in some conditions, the law of dominance not satisfied. Okay. The law of dominance not identified. Okay. So in two situations, the law of dominance not satisfied. That is, first one is incomplete dominance, second one is codominance. What is incomplete dominance? So incomplete dominance, first of all, let us observe what is incomplete dominance. First, incomplete dominance means the F1 had a phenotype that did not resemble either of the two parents and was in between the two. So what is this? The F1 had a phenotype that did not resemble either of the two parents and was in between the two. First of all, let us discuss what is law of dominance. Law of dominance means what? Any one parental character expressed in the next generation. Any one parental character expressed in the next generation. For example, tall crossing with dwarf. In next generation, tall or dwarf, whatever it may be, whatever it expressed in the F1 generation, or first tall will be produced. Yes, the tall is present in the parent. But incomplete dominance, the new character will be produced in F1 generation other than the parents. Okay, other than the parents. So, other character, new character will be developed in next generation. Okay, other than the parents. That is why this is not a law of dominance. That is why that is a incomplete dominance. So explaining about incomplete dominance, yes, there are two examples. One is dog flower, also known as snapdragon or antirrhinum. Dog flower, snapdragon or antirrhinum. One more example, 4-o'clock plant. Its scientific name is Mirabilis jalapa. mirabilis jalapa. Now let us take one example, dog flower example తీసుకుందాం. So S. Example, dog flower plants are showing two variated flowers. Some flowers are producing red color flowers. Some plants are producing red color flowers. Some plants are producing white color flowers. Okay, some dog flowers are producing red color flowers. Some dog flowers are producing white color flowers. Here, red color snapdragon or dog flower plant crossing with the white color flower dog flower plant. Okay, white color flower snapdragon or dog flower plant. So according to Gregor John Mendel law of dominance, what you expected in the F1 generation? Yes, we expected red flower plant in F1 generation according to law of dominance. But unfortunately, in F1 generation, new character will be produced. New character will be developed. Okay. So other than the parents, these two are parents. One parent is red flower plant, another parent is white flower plant. So, okay, red flower plant crossing with white flower plant. In F1 generation, unfortunately, F1 plant is pink flower plant will be developed in F1 generation. Okay, in F1 generation, what will be developed? Pink flower plant will be developed in F1 generation. Okay, so this is the not a law of dominance. Is there any pink character in the parents? Is there any pink character in parents? No. The F1 plant is showing new character other than the parental characters. That is why this is an incomplete dominance. That is why this is the incomplete dominance. So let us observe by using symbols. First, red flower plant, red flower indicating with the capital R, white flower indicating with the small r. Okay, so then F1 plant is pink flower plant is the F1 plant, capital R, small r. Unfortunately, the pink flower plant will be produced. So if self-pollinated F1 plant, okay, what happened in next generation? So see, capital R, small r, because self-pollinated. See, first capital R, small r, second capital R, small r, third capital R, small r, fourth small r. First capital R, small r, small r. First, let us find out phenotype. Capital R, red. Okay, how many red are there? 1:, capital R, small r. Is it red or pink? Yes, see, capital R, small r is the pink. That is why 1:2, 2:, last one, small r. What is the small r? White. So that is why 1. What is the phenotype ratio? Red is to pink is to white is equal to 1:2:1. 1:2:1. This is the phenotype ratio in F2 generation of incomplete dominance. See, phenotype ratio is red is to pink is to white is equal to 1:2:1. Now, let us find out the genotype ratio in this situation. First one, how many capital R are there, Nana? Homozygous red. How many are there? Only one is there. How many capital or small are there, Nana? Capital or small r. Capital or small r. How many are there? Two. That is nothing but heterozygous pink. Heterozygous pink. How many are there? Two. How many smaller are there, Nana? Only one. Is equal to one. It's nothing but homozygous white. It is equal to homozygous red is 2. Homozygous red is 2. Heterozygous pink is 2. Homozygous white, that is equal to 1 is to 2 is to 1. 1 is to 2 is to 1. So let us observe this. 1 is to 2 is to 1 is a genotype ratio in incomplete dominance situation. In incomplete dominance situation. See. The genotype is capital R is to capital R small r is to small r, that is equal to 1 is to 2 is to 1. Means in incomplete dominance, both phenotype and genotype ratios both are similar in nature. Both are similar in nature. So now another type, another deviation in law of dominance is it is co-dominance. Yes. What is that? Co-dominance. See, second type, deviations of law of dominance is we completed incomplete dominance. Important intermediate IP examination 4 marks purpose. Co-dominance also important in 4 marks purpose, that is co-dominance. Now let us discuss about co-dominance. Let us discuss about co-dominance. Yes, co-dominance. Co means what? Mixed or combined. Co means what? Combined. See, F1 generation resemble both parents. Yes. F1 generation resembles both parents, which means F1 plant expressing both parental characters. Which means F1 plant expressing both parental characters. In first situation, what happened? The F1 plant does not expressing parental characters. In second situation, the F1 plant showing are expressing both parental characters. What is according to law of dominance? The F1 plant expressing any one of the parental character. That is law of dominance. But in this situation, the F1 plant expressing both parental characters. Yes. That situation is known as co-dominance. Co means together, or mixing, combined together. So, to explaining about co-dominance, so there are two examples: seed coat pattern and size in lentil plants and human blood groups. These two are the best examples for co-dominance. First, let us take seed coat pattern and size in lentil plants. In lentil plants, some seeds are showing spots on the surface of seeds. Some seeds are showing dots on the surface of seeds. Some are showing spots on the surface of seeds. Some are showing dots on the surface of seeds. Spotted seeds, dotted seeds. The spotted seeds indicating with the CSCS, dotted seeds indicating with the CDCD. CSCS and CDCD. Okay, so now Yes. Explain. First, CS means what, Nana? Spotted seeds. CD means what? Dotted seeds. Spotted seeds, lentil plants are crossing with the dotted seeds, lentil plants. Spotted seeds, lentil plants are crossing with dotted seeds, lentil plants. Then gametes. The gametes will be from spotted seeds CS, from the dotted seeds CD. Both are combined together, crossed, and this F1 plant will be CSCD will be produced or developed. What is the F1 plant? CSCD. So the CSCD means spotted and dotted. It means the F1 plant is showing spotted character and dotted characters. The seed is showing some spots and some dots on the surface of seeds. Both parental characters expressed in the F1 generation plant. That is why this is codominance. What is law of dominance actually? Any one parental character produced either spotted or dotted. But unfortunately, what will be developed here? Spotted and dotted will be developed in the F1 generation. What happens if we self-pollinate the F1 plant? See what happened. If self-pollinated the F1 plant, this is the situation actually occurred. Yes. What happened? See, in first CSCD. In first situation, CS. Second, CSCD. Third, CSCD. And fourth, CSCD. Okay, Nana? First, CS means, first we have to find out the phenotype. CS means spotted. CSCD means spotted and dotted. CSCD means spotted and dotted. CD means dotted. How many spotted are there, Nana? 1:2. How many spotted and dotted are there? 2:. How many dotted are there? 1. It is equal to 1:2:1. Nothing but spotted seeds is 2. Spotted and dotted seeds is 2. Dotted seeds. That is equal to 1:2:1. 1:2:1. That is the phenotype ratio. See, phenotype ratio. What is the phenotype ratio? Spotted is to spotted and dotted is to dotted. It is equal to 1:2:1. Now, let us find out the genotype ratio. CS. First, how many CS are there, Nana? Only 1, which means homozygous spotted. How many are there? Only 1. So only 1. Yes, 1:2. How many CSCD are there, Nana? How many CSCD? 2. Yes, 2. 1:2:2. How many CDCD are there? 1. This is the CDCD, which means homozygous spotted is to heterozygous spotted and dotted is to homozygous dotted. That is equal to 1:2:1. So this is the genotype ratio in codominance of F2 generation. C. Yes. CS. How many? 1. CSCD. How many? 2. Okay. CDCD. How many? 1. That is equal to CS, CSCD, CDCD. That is equal to 1:2:1. This is about codominance. Yes, these two are the deviations of law of dominance. So in these two situations, the law of dominance not proved, not applicable. Okay. So in first situation, no parental character produced in F1 generation. In first situation, no parental character produced. In second situation, both parental character expressed in F1 generation. Both parental character expressed in the F1 generation. In first situation, no parental character expressed. In second situation, both parental character is expressed. What is law of dominance? Any one parental character expressed in the F1 generation or in next generation. That is law of dominance actually. But in these two situations, the law of dominance not applicable. That is why these two are known as deviations of law of dominance. Okay, students, this is your homework. So explain incomplete dominance with example. Write down all of you and send your answers to your concerned lecturers in your college. Okay, so first question, explain incomplete dominance with example. Okay, and second question, explain codominance with example. Explain codominance with example. And the third question is define and design. Define and design a test class. Define and design a test class. This is the third question. Okay, so how many questions are there? So I'm giving 3 questions to you for your homework. So complete your homework in time and send your answers to your concerned lecturers in your college. Okay, so first question, explain incomplete dominance with example. Explain codominance with example. And the third question, define and design a test class. Define and design a test class. Okay, so yes, this is a question. Now, okay, students, this is today's class. The class finished. So we'll meet in next class with some NEET and MSET questions. Some NEET and MSET questions are there regarding to monohybrid class and law of dominance and incomplete dominance and codominance. There are some NEET and MSET model questions are there. We'll discuss about NEET and MSET model question in next class. Okay, question. Okay, students. Okay, that's it. We'll meet in